What's going on? It's the RapNerd, and I just kind of wanted to give my thoughts on the rumors about the Batman Part 2 having Clayface as one of the villains in the film. And the response that I'm seeing are like mixed. Like, you have some people who are super excited about Clayface, and you have some people who are kind of like, I don't know how this is going to work, because there are mad different versions of Clayface. And personally, I can kind of guarantee, like, I'm like 90% sure we're not gonna get like the big monster slime version of Clayface. I don't think that that's gonna happen. Like, the one in the animated series. Definitely don't think that that's gonna happen. What I'm thinking they're gonna do is possibly use the version from the '60s show, or the Golden Age one that was like, he had like a purple suit and he had the green face. Like, I think it's going to be more along the lines of that, but I still think there's going to be some type of clay slash disgusting looking thing going on with the face to show that. Because to me personally, the one from the '60s is pretty fucking scary. I don't know if you've seen the design. I'll put it here, but that version is pretty terrifying. Like, it reminds me of almost like the masks that were worn in Clockwork Orange, excuse me. And to me, those masks are pretty terrifying. So I'm just imagining like a guy's face looking like that. And again, the '60s version, if you've seen a dude like that in the alley with a gun or a knife, I think that would be pretty terrifying. Or even if they go with the version with the green skin in the mob suit, I think that would be equally terrifying to see in live action. And both would work in my opinion. Like, I've definitely seen people not like that idea, but I'm just like, if you've seen the world that Matt Reeves did, either version would fit in perfectly and add an element of horror. And like, if you've seen the Joker design, again, it's one that people are kind of like in the air about. I think this version of Joker is disgusting looking, and that's purposely. I feel like we have not gotten a version of Joker that looks damaged and ugly. Every Joker that we've had has been aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Every actor that we had, think about it. Like, and this is the first version I've ever seen that makes me go like, oh, when I see him. And I think it'll be the same exact thing with Clayface. I think these movies, specifically Matt Reeves films, already carry this horror thriller-esque vibe about the city of Gotham. Like, that's just the way it feels. So to me, going this route makes a lot of sense. And I don't doubt Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves delivered a perfect Batman movie, damn near perfect. I think it's perfect. I don't really have many issues with it. Well, I have like tiny little things, but they're nitpicks, and they don't really make the movie any worse. So the film was perfect. Like, so for me to feel like he's gonna just fumble on the second movie with a bigger budget, more creative control, you think he's gonna fumble that? No. Matt Reeves don't make bad movies. Matt Reeves has not made one bad movie, so I trust his vision totally. Regardless of which version he goes with, it's gonna work. And also, knowing what the world that we're building into, it makes a lot of sense for Clayface to be here, because, as we know, the Penguin series is happening, and it's going to drop, I believe, is it next year? I think it is next year. But Penguin is going to rise to the top of mobsters to have his own pretty much gang being controlled by him. So you need somebody else in the mix. And I don't think Clayface will be the main antagonist. I do think that he'll be similar to how the Riddler was. He's gonna pop up and do his thing, but the main antagonist, we don't know who that is. I've seen Mr. Freeze, but I don't really doubt that. I kind of doubt that, but I can also see how Mr. Freeze could work. Like, unlike many people, I do think Matt Reeves' world is grounded, but it's weird because it's grounded, but there are also fantastical elements to it that I haven't seen in any of the other, solo Batman films. Like, they're just, it's just little details, like the fact of him, like the way he swings, and like, I think that there's a little bit of fantastical in there. I think there are a really big amount of VFX being used, and they're being used because Batman is doing shit that real people really can't do. You know what I'm saying? Swinging around and jumping off buildings, and I mean the whole him, seeing him flying through the city. I think that was grounded, but realistically speaking, that ain't grounded. Like, you do that in the city, it ain't gonna work out for you, fella. And it didn't really work out for him, but I think that there's room to fit fantastical things. And one thing I think that's also cool that Matt Reeves can do is he has the opportunity to make each movie kind of different. Like, the first one was more of a detective noir story, and this one he can still make it that way, but also really lean on the horror, especially using a guy like Clayface, and there's no telling who else is going to be in the mix. A lot of things he can do with this world, but point blank period, I trust Matt Reeves, man. His movie, The Batman, the first one is phenomenal. One of my favorite movies, period. It entered that list. So I'm like, and Matt Reeves we trust. He is the shining star of DC for me right now. Like, I'm looking forward to the DCU, but I know if that doesn't check the boxes of what I want to see, Matt Reeves has exactly what I want. So, Golden Age, 60s show, and hell, I could be wrong. Maybe they could go big ass monster for Clayface. If they do that, I would love it too. I would actually love to see what that would look like in live action. But either way, in Reeves we trust. Let me know in the comments what version of Clayface you would like to see. I don't really care because I trust Matt. I know he's gonna do his thing, be respectful. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. It helps my channel a lot. And until next time, peace.
RapNerd Productions, no capping, that's word to mommy.